Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So today I thought I would try something different because I like doing the readings, but as previously mentioned, I just want to be outside. So I pulled the cards and then I went for a walk and thought about it. So now we're all back, we're all rested, settled, and now we got a story. So this story is about someone. So, okay, there's like a little wheel here. We got 3 over here, and then these were like overall energies over here. So we're gonna start with the situation and what is not quite being seen. And there's a lot being missed because the first one up was the 8 of Swords. And so the 8 of Swords is, as it says here, Lord of shortened force. But what the 8 of Swords is it's feeling trapped, confined, enslaved type energy. So usually on it, there's the girl and she's got her blindfold on and, all tied up. And there's swords all around her. So no matter where she goes, she's gonna cut herself on something. Something's not ideal. But what she doesn't know is that, yes, everything around her is, danger that way. But because she has the blindfold on, she doesn't see everything. And so there is a piece missing. And all she's missing is you just have to take a step forward. You just take one step forward. There's nothing in the path. There's nothing in the way. And and then you're in safety. Then you could take off the blindfold and undo everything and have that breath of fresh air. So that's the current situation, is someone just everywhere they look, nothing's working. There's just problem after problem after problem. And so I do see like a shortened, that's what that means. Lord of shortened force. I see the life force because you want to go out and do things like that. I see this big energy meant to go do big things, but being kept small in this little box. And so this little box has drained their force, energy, and they're very complicit, compliant, some words like that, where they just go and do what everyone tells them to do. They don't really stir the pot. They're just there. I feel like existing is the word, but they're meant to be so much more. So when we go to the east here, this is like where the problem kind of started from, and it is the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So Lord of earthly power. So something outside in the 3D of yourself is showing that that you can't do it, that you can't make it on your own, that you have to stay in this situation that keeps you dull, keeps you just very average. I only get they're showing me hospital food, and everyone complains about hospital food, but it's as if like the hospital food had any of the food flavor and life force even drained from that. It's just like all I'm seeing is like gray. That's what I'm seeing. And so yeah, so something outside yourself could have been money, could have been, well, there's so many things in the 3D that could be, but it is earthly possession. So it is physical things outside that you see. So it could be groups, community, it could be things dealing with money, finances, it could be health, health situation. Yeah. And so that's kind of the root of the spinning out of control, or the lack of spinning in the same place, because it should be, right? Lord of earthly power. It's like 4 of Pentacles, really stable, that kind of thing, but it's not that. So as we go into more of the emotional aspect of it, the past, we'll say, past memories, it is the Princess of Pentacles, which also Pentacles, another earthly based energy. And Princess of Pentacles was in reverse, and it says Princess of Echoing Hills. And so that's just memories. Not only is it when you look outside yourself, it's almost like the memories, the things outside yourself that you see actually don't have much power or weight to keep you there. But it's the past memories and those things that give whatever it is that the swords, the block, power. And so it's like, what stories have you been telling in yourself over and over and over again? And what is it, the journey that you are meant to go off and do? What is it that your soul is yearning for? It should be the path of least resistance. And you know, those memories are there to help you heal through it, to fine tune and tweak the overall blueprint of what you want to manifest. That's all that those are. So I keep hearing someone being very haunted by a past action. Well, that action, like what do you want to grow and learn from that? And so in terms of that, like, obviously you want to feel forgiven, or you want to let go of that shame feeling. You want to feel happy and at peace. You want to feel relaxed. You want the other person to know the truth, or whatever it is that's like that echoing. Well, those are little things that you can actually physically work on. And once you actually work through those things, those memories and those echoes and that haunting doesn't have control over you anymore. It won't keep you so paralyzed, because now you know, right? It's almost like these echoes keep you, you know, if you do or do not. In the do not, like, at least when you go out and you do, you know, so you can move on and you don't have that woulda, coulda, shoulda feeling to it. But when you don't, and you stay stalled and you stay stuck and you stay trapped, you'll always have that what if. And what if the most amazing, highest potential unfolded? Oh, that sucks if you gave that up. Because you wouldn't just take one step forward. That's all it was meant to be. Do you know what? When I went on my walk today, they told me to take a picture, and so they're like, this is a sign for someone. So now I see at this part. As I was walking, there was a bus stop, and there's just this little rabbit sitting at the bus stop waiting. And so rabbits are very, very fearful creatures, right? How close can you get to many rabbits? Not that close, right? They're very good at camouflaging and hiding, and in any sense of danger, they're like out. They got a lot of coulda, woulda, shoulda energy. But today, as we're going for our walk, it was just sitting there at the bus stop, and the closer I got, it didn't get frightened, and cars went by, and it just stood there. It's like, I'm going on this trip, I'm doing this thing. So yeah, I'll share that. Yep, I'll share that one here. Normally I share it to my friends every day. We're all inspiring each other to see the magic in life. Okay, so we're there, right? Facing the fear, right? Not letting the past echoes haunt you, right? That rabbit was always like, it was like, do this. And then he was like, I can't. And then he's finally like, well, you know what? Everything's gone. Like, I gotta hop on this bus and start the new adventure, because now these little echoing and hauntings can't do anything. He's just sitting calmly at the bus. Like I said, this car went super fast because on the road we were going, it is fun to speed on that road. It is. So then we get into kind of the next phase, and it is the Knight of Swords. And it is the Prince of the Chariots of the Winds in reverse. So Knight is King of Swords. Did I say? Yeah, it's King of Swords. King of Swords is all about intellect, mind, but it was in the reverse. So now I'm seeing that as rude and sharp and malicious and all that stuff. And so it's like, what dialogue are you telling yourself inside, right? Something happened outside of yourself that created this echoing, haunting winds, and right, all these memories. And so now I just see like this inner battle being so mean. Yeah, I just keep hearing lots of yelling and shrieking, and it's almost like, and by giving all this energy, I feel like that's where all the energy and all the potential is going to, is battling this like inner conflict. But on the outside, in the 3D world, that person is stuck and stalled and kind of scared. But on the inside, like there's so much energy being used. Yeah, I just keep hearing really rude self-dialect talk. How do we, okay, yeah. And I was like, well, when we looked at it before, like, I was like, how do we, like, what's more about that? Because I don't want to leave it on that. But that's the end one. It's when you get to the north. And so this is the Prince of the Chariots of the Winds, and this is the chariot, right? The change is coming. It has to move. It, like, every storm comes just to throw those seeds around even farther. So now that you have more awareness and growth and potential, that negative talk inside you does have to stop. Those memories, you do need to face them. I feel like it's gonna be a fun adventure. It's so scary to like step forward and like let go of that haunted past, because there's something really cool coming, especially with the chariot, because these were all kind of stuck and scared. And like, so what the chariot is it's like forward momentum, it's change, it's right. And tarot, it's all about the fool's journey. And so you can't stay stuck there forever, because the story doesn't end there. The story ends with the world card, with completion, right? You have to go through all the phases to get there. So I refuse to say that this is the end of the story, where you're just stuck in this fear and you never escape that mental imprisonment inside, when there's so many cool things to go out and do, right? That rabbit stood his ground and now he's going somewhere cool. So that was that. And then we went over here, and then we got more into the oracles and stuff. So the question of this fear of why you can't move forward, whatever took your sparkle, your shine, your dull, right? A lot of the time in Native American tribes, they ask, when did you stop dancing? That's the moment that you know that something happened and that there's a bit of healing to go back and do there. So that's where we got that, was dance. And interesting enough, I went to a gathering this weekend, and it was with people I didn't really know, and they didn't know me. And I was just myself, and myself can't stay still. I've got so much music inside me that, like, my wish for the world is, I wish the world had more rocking chairs, because like, how else do you get the music outside of you if not dancing or like rocking chairs? Like, you've got to have that movement, and it's got to be in a flow that like syncs you up to the everything. So that was me this weekend, just in the flow, listening to the music inside. And so every time we were playing a game, so every time this one girl went behind me, to make sure I wasn't cheating and giving out answers I couldn't, she started moving. And it's so funny, because when you're in your flow and you're happy, it's contagious and you can help people. So when did you stop dancing? When were you like, no, I can't be playful, I can't be happy, I gotta be serious, right? Put on my serious hat. And then from there, never have any more joy or fun or that lightheartedness. I feel like right now things aren't really going for you, and this is a yes in reverse. Things are stopped and stalled right now, and it's only because I feel like you're just in a place that you're not really meant to be. You're sitting there trying to live this 3D life and, you know, do what society and people want you to do. But on a soul level, it's not, it's hurting you so bad. It's crushing you, and you don't even have like that joy to go out and, you know, that's what I'm picking up on. So how do we change this, right? Because change is coming. The chariot, everything's, whatever's on top will always go, and then the bottom, you know, it's just working through it, right? And so what I think is the root issue of all this was the priestess in reverse. And the priestess in reverse is saying, how are you being called to step up and lead? Ooh, key stuff's happening. More guides are coming in. How are you being called to step up and lead? Right? Because over here, you're not stepping up. You're staying contained. And so I feel like that's, especially when it comes to, we're just going to use spiritual work as a thing. I have so many friends who know their path of what they're meant to do, but they're not doing it. They're not practicing. They are, you know, staying stalled. And it's like they think about it all the time, but they're just not doing it. And so there is this inner call, and that's those echoing memories. That's like, yo, you're a high priestess. You're meant to actually step up into so much more power. Why are you staying small? Why are you... This was one insight when I was walking with Cooper. So Cooper has this, like if you notice, he wears dog diapers sometimes. I don't have kids, but I wash diapers. It's boggles my mind. But he needs to mark everything. So we're really trying to work on that. And as I'm trying to walk, I'm really focusing on this one hip, right? Because I'm trying to teach myself to be more present in a different way. And I realize I have to relearn to walk. And but anyway, so I'm learning to walk again. And Cooper is stopping and peeing on everything, and he pulls my hip out all the time when he does it. He's a tiny dog, but he's got like his little meaty muscles, and he's really tough. And I like that about him. He's tiny, but he's tough. And that was it. That Spirit's like, I see someone for this card reading is you are trying to stay the same rate as someone else, but they're not growing at the same level as you. And you're meant to actually be a lot faster, and you're actually meant to be a lot farther than you are now. It's not a bad thing. I mean, damn, that sucks. But, I mean, you could have had maybe more foundation or something built by now, but it doesn't mean that it's not meant to be or not happen. It's just a call to start the energy now, to work on it, to do your thing. And so we did that, and then I was like, okay, like just 2 more to go. Like I really got to get out of the house here. And it said, these 2 came, and then these 2 came after it. And it said, I was like, well, the high priestess, like, what are you to do to step into your purpose more than to get out of this? And it was the best answer ever, because it says, you're already doing it. Especially for most people's purpose, is it is this feeling inside you that you just naturally do. You're just naturally called to do it. It's usually fun or a hobby, or I don't know, it's just that kind of ring around the rosy thing that always just keeps coming back. You can't avoid it. It will come back. What's part of your purpose? They will always come back and be there at the right time, at the right moment. So it says, stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. So in your zodiac or in your birth chart, you know, you can check it all out. You got your sun placement, moon, all that crap. And then I'm like, yeah, you should look into this, but it's just crap. No, just take everything lightly. Whatever is meant for you at the time, that's information. It always like sparks. And that's the stuff that's meant for you. So out of all the birth chart, none of it is quite irrelevant right now at this moment, except for learning the South Node and the North Node. South Node is karmic patterns and lessons. And so this is probably your younger self when you were little, right? You got, maybe fear of abandonment. Oh man, everyone's got a fear of abandonment. Everybody does. Every single person just wants to be loved and appreciated for who they are. And that's what I feel like this person wanted, but they didn't quite get. And now they're trapped, and now their expectations to everyone else. But it's saying true north. So you're north, right? And it's just like in different constellations things. So whatever zodiac you're in, you can kind of take on that characteristic for your life purpose. And so, yeah, there's multiple options, right? That's why notification. It's for you to follow your purpose, because there is so many people, like the things that you are doing could be someone else's purpose, and they would have more joy doing the things that you hate doing, and let them. Vice versa. What do you want to do? How do you move forward? You're already doing it. Stop overthinking things, right? You're always kind of due north. And so North Node, your purpose, your everything. What was in the wheel here? It was the Chariot. It was momentum. It was movement. It's walking away from these mean thoughts and the things that you tell yourself. And that wind echo, like I kind of hear it as a shrieking, howling, almost like a siren type energy, haunting. But you could stop that. You don't need to pay energy to that. Okay. For someone, their purpose involves a person, another person. And so that person is meant to work with you, but every time you come into their thoughts, they have that echoing, howling, whatever, because they have some past work to work through, some forgiveness for a situation. But so every time that like you come into their thoughts, they get that howling, shrieking. So it actually kind of confuses them. I could see how that could be confusing. Whatever it is that your thoughts are, that haunting, it's for you to embrace. Because once you embrace it, that's when the change comes. That's when the wheel shifts and turns, and then they start going forward again. It's saying you're a pillar of light and your vibration is rising, right? You can't stay stuck and stalled. You got to keep rising. You got to keep, like, as I was going with Ed Cooper, and I was like, there's just no way that like you have to go to the washroom anymore. Now you're into this like psychological thing that we got to work on. And yeah, he was slowing my progress of learning how to walk again. So we finally got in step and rhythm. Yep. I could have easily just, and I always notice that about the other dog owners too. I do let him like sniff around when we're at like dog parks and stuff, but sometimes when we're walking, we're meant to walk, and I just see these like really bored dog owners, and they're just standing there for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I couldn't do that. Like, I need to move. I need to like go see. There's so much adventure out there to do. And so the last two cards, like we didn't even want to pull these cards, but they came out anyways, was to trust your path and answer the call, which I feel like is pretty positive. But it is like your purpose or something in you that only you can do. So if you don't answer it, no one will answer it. And it will never get to have that light brought to this world. And then by doing so, I feel like there will always be that little bit of regret, because you know that this spark is supposed to be here in this world. And it might keep you trapped even longer in a cycle that is just not meant for you. So anything else, Spirit, that you want to touch up on? they said to read the bottom of this one. If you knew that you would be supported, what would you do? If everything worked out for your highest good, what would you do? And you know the answer. You just don't think that it's feasible with this whole Lord of Earthly Power, but it is, and it's meant to be. And that's the more and more you allow yourself to stay just stuck and all these things to kind of control you, I think the more and more this like inside you, this beast is gonna like explode and ignite. So however you channel that energy is truly up to you, but it's coming up, it's coming out, and it's going to be forward momentum and movement, and the process is all up to you. So yeah, I feel good with that, and I hope everyone has a good day and doesn't stay stuck and hops on that bus wherever you're feeling called to go and face your fears. Bye guys.